The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild is a 2022 American computer-animated adventure comedy movie produced by Walt Disney Pictures and is a spin-off of the Ice Age franchise as well as a sequel to Ice Age: Collision Course. It is directed by John C. Donkin in his feature directorial debut with a screenplay by Jim Hecht, Ray De Laurentiis, and William Schifrin. The movie stars the voices of Simon Pegg reprising his role as Buck Wild with the voices of Vincent, Tong, Aaron Harris, Utkarsh Ambudkar, and Justina Machado also starring in the movie. It follows the two possum brothers Crash and Eddie and their adventure to becoming independent possums alongside the title character Buck Wild. The movie was originally planned to be a TV series, until the Walt Disney Company acquired 21st Century Fox and turned it into a full-length feature movie. It was released on January 28, 2022, as a Disney Plus original movie. It has received generally negative reviews from critics who have criticized its humor, recasting of voice actors, lack of primary focus on the titular character, the absence of Scrat, and the decision to continue the franchise without the involvement of Blue Sky Studios. Simon Pegg as Buckminster Buck Wild, a one-eyed weasel and dinosaur hunter. Vincent Tong and Aaron Harris as Crash and Eddie, respectively, twin prankster possum brothers who are the adopted brothers of Ellie. They were originally voiced by Sean William Scott and Josh Peck from Ice Age: The Meltdown to Ice Age: Collision Course. Utkarsh Ambudkar as Orson, a villainous Protoceratops with a bulging brain who wants revenge against Buck. Justina Machado as Z, a Zorilla who was a former, and the only other surviving, member of Buck's superhero team. Sean Kenin alias Reyes as Manny, a woolly mammoth who is the husband of Ellie and the leader of the herd. He was originally voiced by Ray Romano in the V-Main movies. Jake Green as Sid, a dim-witted ground sloth and the founder of the herd. He was originally voiced by John Leguizamo in the V-Main movies. Skyler Stone as Diego, a saber-toothed tiger who is the member of the herd. He was originally voiced by Dennis Leary in the V-Main movies. Dominique Jennings as Ellie, a woolly mammoth, the wife of Manny, and the adoptive sister of Crash and Eddie. She was originally voiced by Queen Latifah from Ice Age: The Meltdown to Ice Age: Collision Course. Concerned about the two possums Crash and Eddie, Ellie, their woolly mammoth sister, calls for them, but they refuse to listen, calling themselves independent possums. They accidentally cause an avalanche and destroy the gang's summer home. Manny tells Crash and Eddie off for their recklessness and irresponsibility, with him and the rest of the herd declaring they would not survive on their own. Wanting to prove them wrong, Crash and Eddie sneak out and leave the new camp. Finding Crash and Eddie gone the next day, Ellie insists that they leave to go find them. Crash and Eddie stumble upon the entrance to the Lost World, a land full of dinosaurs, and quickly get in trouble with two raptors trying to eat them. Breaking away, they run into Buck Wild, who helps them escape and tells them that a Protoceratops named Orson, who was bullied as when he was young for having a massive brain, has escaped from exile and has come to conquer over the Lost World. Buck tries to get Crash and Eddie back to their home, but figures out a boulder is covering the entrance to the Lost World. Orson appears and says that he sealed the exit. Buck and the possums escape and go to Buck's hideout, where Buck explains how he used to be part of an old squad that established the watering hole for animals to peacefully coexist. He goes on to say that Orson did not accept to join his squad, because he believed in a world where the strong dominate the weak, with him being the leader of them all. Buck further explains that because his squad stood in Orson's way, the latter tried to get rid of them, but they defeated him, banishing him to exile on Lava Island. With no one knowing how he escaped, Orson figures out that he can control two raptors on the island with fire. Later, the two raptors find Buck's hideout, but Z, a Zorilla who used to be part of Buck's former squad, saves them by using a gas to knock out the raptors. Orson, seeing that two raptors is not enough to capture Buck, goes to find more. Orson and his new army of raptors attack the watering holes with Buck and Z telling the animals to evacuate the area. Buck and Z, tense with each other after the squad broke up, head to get help along with the possums. They arrive at Lost Lagoon and summon their old friend Mama. While Mama is knocked out because of a toothache they pull, Orson and his raptors arrive and attack them. Buck and Z forgive each other for breaking up the old gang and agree to work together. Acting as a diversion, Buck is captured by Orson, allowing the others to escape. Trying to figure out how Orson controls the raptors, Z and the possums devise a plan to get Buck back. Ellie and the others figure out that Crash and Eddie entered the Lost World. They uncover the entrance and run into Mama, who tells them Crash and Eddie are in danger. Z and the possums free Buck, and with the help of the others, they continue to fight Orson and his army. Buck tries to explain to Orson that everyone needs to live in peace, but Orson arrogantly denies him and continues to fight. Figuring out Orson controls the raptors with fire, Crash and Eddie create a fire of their own and stop the raptors from fighting and save the Lost World. The raptors, upset with Orson, chase him away. Ellie and the others apologize to Crash and Eddie and ask them to come home, but Crash and Eddie express that they want to stay in the Lost World with Buck and Z. Saddened by their decision, Ellie allows them to stay and they say goodbye, but Crash and Eddie would still come to visit them often. The movie was released on January 28, 2022, exclusively on Disney Plus in North America. The movie will later be released on March 25, 2022, in Europe, Asia, and the Pacific, making it the first Disney Plus original movie to not have a worldwide simulcast.